These are silly and fun little extras that the developers graved for kicks or thought no one would ever find. I'm Lil Zbot, and today I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite video game Easter eggs. Number 10. Undertale's Raw Number. The hit video game Undertale is known for its secrets, but there's a good chance you didn't find this one. In Snowdin, before you fight Papyrus, head over to where you would usually find the river person. There's a small chance you'll get a mysterious phone call from an anonymous caller who's calling for someone very special. But what follows is even more mysterious, as the caller treats you to a very special song. Some have presumed this could be the theme music for Grapes, but I'll let you be the judge. This electronic dance music doesn't appear anywhere in the Undertale soundtrack, and our team of analysts confirms that it doesn't appear in the soundtrack for Deltarune Chapter 1. The soundtrack for Deltarune Chapter 2 is currently being investigated, but for now this slapper can only be enjoyed through a cleverly hidden Undertale secret. Number 9. The True Button. Will you press the button? On the interactive web game, Will You Press the Button, the actual button they're talking about isn't the one on screen. It's the
backtick
button, which has never been used in the history of humanity. Entering the codes for the Midnight Vault from all 4 Wonderland Adventures games after having unlocked Wonderland Secret World's super duper secret, the website will read your hard drive and save files to ensure you're not cheating. Then you can press the
backtick
button to make the prompt actually real. Pressing the button on the website now changes reality itself to conform to whatever the prompt was. For example, here we have the prompt mini-plays will no longer exist. But if we press it, we get the downside of the number 8 no longer exists. And pressing the button here will... When you ask someone to name video games with many secrets, it won't be long until you hear about the Stanley Parable. The game contains a huge variety of secrets to discover, and a few of these Easter eggs are key to obtaining some of the game's unorthodox achievements. Out of all these Easter egg achievements, the only one that felt worthy enough to be included on this list was the number before 9. Doubled. The number after 7 actually shows up in several parts of the game, some in subtle ways and a few in more overt ways. That makes the existence of this achievement all the more mysterious. Which of these 16 divided by 2s is the key to unlocking it? Turns out the answer is simpler than you think. To find this Easter egg, all you need to do is follow the narrator's instructions up until you reach Stanley's boss's office. Go behind the desk and you'll find a keypad. The code you're supposed to enter for continuing the story is 2, 3 times 3 minus 1, 4, and 5. But the code you'll actually want to enter for this Easter egg is, you guessed it, 2 zeros stacked. The 2/3 round number. 6 over 2 times 1 plus 2 minus 6 divided by 2 after it's multiplied by 1 plus 2, and 64 divided by... Do that one more time, and you'll hear a voice clip while getting the achievement. But don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. Let's turn the sound on to hear that voice clip.
Heed my words, mortal. A core variable has been expunged from your reality, and without it all known things will eventually come to a violent end. To gain knowledge of what you have lost, you must be aware of what you have. Listen closely. 3.141592653597.
It seems as if the progress is blocked until you hear the voice clip's full speech, but unfortunately my elite time of egg hunters, or gunters, all died of starvation before the speech concluded. Looks like the true nature of this Easter egg remains a mystery, and it will be sitting in this on the list until it can be properly judged in its entirety. Insaniquarium Deluxe is a pretty great game all about raising fish, collecting money, and fighting off aliens. You wouldn't think this would be the sort of game to really get you in the holiday spirit, but one major Easter egg would prove you wrong. The game's virtual tank mode is home to many possibilities for enjoying yourself, but if you really like Santa Claus, we've got a treat for you. After all, in Germany, Santa's actually a demon. This game loves its demons. Just look at the super secret story of Nico the Oyster. One question that always comes up when talking about Nico is, why doesn't Nico open his mouth more often? There is a reason for this. It is because Nico thinks that opening his mouth may allow for demons to steal his soul! Therefore, he keeps the mouth opening to a minimum. Oh, what a fun representation of intercultural sensitivity and holiday spirit. Beyond acting as a tech demo for the PlayStation 5, Astro's Playroom is a true tribute to the history of PlayStation. Everywhere you look is a reference to the history of the brand, and among those are a few Easter egg characters. You'll notice as you walk through the stages some other Astrobots in costume, reenacting parts of some of our favorite PlayStation franchises. The one in this list is a little more subtle, and it's so easy to miss I couldn't even find it anywhere within the various other Easter egg lists on YouTube. In this corner of GPU Jungle, you can see a camera crew filming an Astrobot. This is actually a subtle reference to one of PlayStation's most cherished franchises. That's right, if it wasn't obvious, this is a clear nod to Unearthed Trail of Impatuta, the beloved action-adventure game. It's hard to tell because of the costume, but you can see Astrobot pulling off Ferris Druid's classic moves. What a hero! I'm excited to see the movie adaptation starring Nicholas Hammond coming soon. It's not uncommon for a Mario game to have a few Easter eggs, but did you know they've been around since the beginning of the character? In Super Mario Bros. For the NES, Nintendo managed to sneak in a major Easter egg in the second level of the game. Get to the end of the level as Super Mario and stand on the L-shaped pipe. Break a couple of blocks, but be sure not to break the rightmost one. Then, crouch jump backwards against the top of the pipe without breaking the last block. This is pretty tricky to pull off, but once you do, you'll be pulled through the wall. Enter the pipe on the other side, you'll gain access to the Minus World, an ancient underwater labyrinth that continues for eternity. This is a clear reference to the underwear, first introduced in Super Paper Mario, as Mario is trapped in an endless purgatory with no escape, where the only fate left for him is either fruitless survival or death. Again. Death in Death, Deathception. It's great to see Nintendo fully embrace the canon status of Mario's side characters by killing him! Speaking of these incredible Easter eggs, Nintendo hid deep within their products. One of the defining features of the Wii was its menu. The Wii menu was populated with different channels, all one click away from accessing new exciting content. Although most channels were distributed through the Wii Shop channel, there is in fact a secret Super channel that was hidden away through an elaborate Easter egg. Nintendo liked to change how to access it with each update, but I'll be covering the method for the latest update they released. Go to your console settings, write down your MAC address, shut off your Wii, format an SD card for use with your console. Make sure to format it to FAT32. Then the fun begins. Open a web browser, head to Nintendo's super secret website, please.hackme.com. Choose your system version based on your region. Enter the MAC address you have written down. Bundle with Hack Me Installer. Complete the CAPTCHA and cut whichever wire you like. We'll do the red for Mario. A zip file will be downloaded, so copy its files onto the root of the SD card you prepared earlier, and then put it in your Wii. Boot the console and head to your message board. You may have to scroll a day or two backwards, but you'll know it worked when you see that an actual real-life bomb has been sent to you in the mail. Detonate it! But don't worry, the only thing explained today will be your mind once we see what happens next. You'll be greeted with a disclaimer you should probably read, and then be asked to press 1. Then you'll want to select Install the Homebrew channel. You'll now have access to the Homebrew channel, a super secret app that allows you to shut down your console and pop bubbles. If you head online, you can also get access to special, very official DLC for certain games, such as new tracks to Mario Kart, and even a brand new Super Mario Bros. Game, only accessible through this channel. It may seem shocking at first that Nintendo would hide away something like this, but we all know how much they love to reward their most committed fans. Nintendo even acknowledged this Easter egg later in 2021 by making the Super Mario 3D All-Stars Collection a limited time release, just like Super Smash Bros. Project M, the DLC for Super Smash Bros. Brawl that was released through the Homebrew channel. A fun tribute to an epic Easter egg. Giant chocolate eggs are the progenitor of all video game eggs, and of all giant chocolate eggs, none are as valuable as the Monty Bojangles Taste Adventure Milk Chocolate brand. The dimensions of this collection of chocolatey goodness is approximately 1,700 cubic centimeters. As we can tell with our eyes, the entire cylindrical sphere is nothing but chocolate, with pure chocolate inside, and it is worth every penny. When taking only the egg into account, the chocolate costs about $10. That's only 0.59 cents per cubic centimeter. Compare that to a gas station Hershey's bar, which costs around $1.75, which comes out to 3.74 cents a cubic centimeter. This egg of solid chocolate is over 3 times more cost. If there's one thing the Kingdom Hearts series is known for, it's being a hack and slash and not an action RPG. Seriously, play God of War or Devil May Cry or Hyrule's Warriors and compare it to the Tales games or Final Fantasy VII Remake or Neptunia. Which set of games does Kingdom Hearts combat, controls, and world design have the most in common with? Spoilers, it's the first set! Calling Kingdom Hearts an action RPG is like calling Wind Waker an action RPG. Not everything is an RPG. Genres like hack and slash and adventure games exist for a reason. They're also known for Easter eggs. From Kingdom Hearts 1's creepy bell ringing to Kingdom Hearts 3 inexplicably having Donald Duck make an appearance, it's a loved staple of the franchise. But no Easter egg has ever been as subtle, as little known, and as untalked about as the incredibly, vitally important to understand the nature of the universe as this one. To begin with, in Kingdom Hearts 2, you actually spend the first 6 days of your character's life exploring a town, while slowly transforming from a legendary prophesized hero who's thousands of years old into a random kid who accidentally grabbed the wrong wooden bat one day. As a bonus Easter egg, this actually plays out in real time, as you also spend 6 whole days getting through this section and feeling yourself transform into someone who really wants to replay Kingdom Hearts 3 instead of doing this again. But that's not the main Easter egg. This incredibly subtle, absolutely vital Easter egg that you mustn't miss out on takes place during the 6th day's first cutscene. First, Ventus almost achieves perfect synchronization with the player's wishes by being Sora, but this stabilization only lasts about 3 seconds. Or does it? When the flock of birds zooms by for only a number of frames equivalent to the most overrated Mario Party game, Vanitas turns back into Sora, but it's back by the time the birds clear. What does this mean? Well, it means the same thing that Sora appearing over him 4 seconds ago meant. No, but don't let that stop you from accomplishing your dreams. I know, as soon as you found this out, the only thing you wanted was to devote the entire rest of your life to commenting this Easter egg on every single video that has this cutscene in it you can find. The world must know, or else their lives are for naught. And I agree, it's by far the most underappreciated, brilliant piece of writing in the story. And for anybody who doesn't know about it, they must be informed as quickly and as violently as possible, even if it means cloning comments and spamming them everywhere. If you ever see this cutscene in a video that doesn't spend 30 minutes explaining this Easter egg, then they and their entire fanbase must have never known about it. So do your civil duty and inform them again and again until they acknowledge it. World peace? Feeding hungry children? Any sort of meaningful contribution to any sort of discussion or commentary on the game itself. Like, I don't know, a normal comment? As if the only purpose of this cutscene is to have that Easter egg, and the only purpose of every human on the planet except yourself is to be informed of that Easter egg over and over until all they see in this great big beautiful world is more references to the Easter egg! I'm Little Zbot, and Hollow Knight's a Metroidvania, not a roguelike! It's not uncommon for a Mario game to have a few Easter eggs, but did you know they've been around since the beginning of the character? In Super Mario Bros.